My enemies pretend to be friends to me, that's a penalty. Loyal or rose, just remember that I kept it G. Okay, now let me be. Yeah, my enemies pretend to be friends to me, that's a penalty. Loyal or rose, just remember that I kept it G. Okay, now let me be. Yeah.
They fuck they don't.
On Instagram, that's how they be doing it.
Some of them do that.
That's how they be doing it. You just come right in.
Okay, before
Because they just start taping. They just start taping. And
I think so one.
they just start taping. They be taping already.
You should shout out Buffalo. The Buffalo.
Oh, you know I always do.
Shout
Oh, can we shout you out?
Proud Spices.
My name is
Nah.
I thought this was a secret thing. She had a master, and I put the wrong name at the end of the video. I didn't even put my name on. I was like, I'm keeping this shit a secret. Don't worry about y'all.
Secret society. All we ask is trust. All we ask is trust. They don't even know what.
This is so good. I be thinking it's Kool-Aid. Every time I
That's
go
why-
home on Monday, I be lit. I be like,
You just sat up here and drunk a whole fucking bottle by yourself.
By
You
myself.
dumbass. This motherfucker about to be talking.
That's what I was drinking that night.
It's about to get real with this motherfucker. It's about to get real with this motherfucker. Y'all talk about some, what? 999. Y'all done made the best motherfucking product. What? This 999. Y'all done made the best empty
The
bottle.
true serum.
We ain't even started already. It is already empty.
okay, stop playing. The bottle already empty. You
Well,
want
yeah,
something?
Chateau, Buffalo, you know you got a good product, okay? True sponsors, okay? We gonna
True
come with
sponsors.
that. We definitely gonna come with
Because all
this
it tastes like is Loganberry. I be forgetting that it's wine in here. I be like,
Don't let it be ice cold.
oh, don't let it be ice cold.
Falling on through the house.
Say, Rosie's. Rosie's, what's the
Rosie's Loganberry? Mm-hmm. That Rosie 99 and 9. Stop playing.
No, I had a wheezy moment.
We ain't fucking talking about that before.
Only, and the Dr. Pepper. I love them. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be talking about them, but I love them. Okay, are we going to say our name or are we just going to be talking?
Well, he gonna put our names the way he did it before.
You want to say your name? Say it.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just asking. Like,
I don't want to say it.
because she said it
Good
was ghetto.
evening,
Yeah.
good evening, good evening. Okay?
Okay.
Formerly known.
What's the podcast name? Did y'all tell me?
Y'all not
Y'all
ready.
ain't ready.
Oh, we got to say that.
Okay, welcome back to Y'all Not Ready. This
Yeah,
is Queen
okay.
Rhea in the building. I'll be telling y'all a little bit about the prison system tonight.
Yeah.
Then we got
Her Journey's Truth. And we'll be talking about some resources and programs that are being provided and placated to oppress you by the city of Buffalo themselves.
And I'm the wise one, speaker of the truth, and I'm going to be discussing the election and its importance in the city of Buffalo.
Hello. They gonna say that you voting, but they already picked. The vote is already won, obviously. So, these resources, if you have a chance to actually utilize them, go ahead and utilize them. It is what it is. Utilize them because they are available. But just know and be mindful that you are actually benefiting the city of Buffalo, which is actually paying themselves through these actual programs that are being pushed by Buffalo and also being funded by Push Buffalo. Go Bike, Go Buffalo, Push Buffalo, Simonelli Real Estate Development, Bender, Anderson Development, and all of these different places. Just know who you're actually supporting when you actually use these resources programs. Just know that when you utilize these programs that you're actually utilizing resources that are being funded and they're being funded and pushed by Push Buffalo, which is actually going to be your new delegates.
You want to be in it?
What we call her?
The university.
She's a delegate, but she's being pushed by
Push Buffalo.
and funded by Push Buffalo.
And Push Buffalo is one of the organizations that is funded in part with Open Buffalo. Open Buffalo, Push Buffalo, PPG. There are like maybe 50 organizations that are funded by Open Society, which is funded by George Soros, who is a eugenicist who is trying to help exterminate and eliminate black people by playing an intricate role in the election process.
And if you don't know who George Soros is, let me remind you, George Soros is actually the person that put $1.8 million behind your BLM campaign, that Black Lives Matter, which really don't matter to them because a white man would never think that black lives really matter. That's why he put the money behind it. So you can go out and purchase all these things in favor of your culture, your community, what it actually benefits him in his pocket. And anybody that
Black
actually...
Lives Matter is ran by a white person.
Yeah, it was
That's
co-opted. It started out,
co-opted.
everything
Yeah.
starts out as something grassroots,
right.
something black, something about
right.
empowerment, and it turns into something else when the money gets involved.
Right.
And we have to understand that. And because we don't understand it, we are allowing these people to socially manipulate and engineer our minds
right.
to thinking that they're here to save us when they're
Well,
just here to create jobs and put food on their table at our expense, because 95% of the funding that these organizations receive go towards salary, benefits, and other functional expenses as opposed to the programs in and of themselves.
Right. Which, in turn, is actually the person that's funding the delegates that are running in the newest campaign for the council member seat. So just remember that. Just remember that, because we always talk about follow the money. You gotta follow the money. You gotta know who's being pushed, because they wasn't picked by you.
Whose needs are going to be met?
Right.
And see, that's what we we don't even
Not
understand.
ours. So that's why when we talked about the districts and we talked about the money that was being funneled through the districts, we realize now Smith Street is right one street over, damn near, from Larkinville, and it's beautiful down there.
Oh, Larkinville. That is where all of the money that comes into the city of Buffalo for all of the poverty in the Fillmore district. The Fillmore district has the highest concentration of extreme poverty. They have been taking all of the money and sending it to Larkinville. Everybody in the Fillmore district I didn't even know what Larkinville was until I did the research, until I Google mapped it, and then I went down there, and then I was pissed. I was extremely pissed, because not one time do they ever rotate the money or the resources back in the community to the extent that it benefits the community. Just because money comes into your community doesn't mean that that's a win for the community. It's not a win for the community if it doesn't stay in the community.
Right.
Meaning, if it doesn't employ the people in the community, if it isn't spent on the housing in that community. And oftentimes, all of this money comes into our community and it's allocated for unaffordable housing. Housing that they say it's affordable. You clap your hands. You clap your hands because
Right.
when they make the announcement, everybody's like, yes, we need new housing. Yes.
They got the new technology stoves and refrigerators over there. The ones with the Bluetooth. They got those kind.
Yeah, okay.
Right. And then when the apartments are ready, then you get the application. And
With a
then
fee.
with a fee. And
With
then
a
you
fee.
find out that these apartments really aren't for you. And then some of them are not even structurally sound, and when they're not structurally sound, they aren't even coming up and making those corrections. Look at 19 Dote Street. They turned they turned that warehouse into apartments, and it's a total nightmare.
The beams was cracked. The cement beams from the bottom in the basement was cracked.
Yes.
The foundation was cracked. Y'all know I build. She builds. Y'all know I build. So y'all know I've looked at everything. And when we talking about structural cracks that you could put your hand sideways from the lower level, waves in the floor.
They knew that shit was gonna be.
The beams, structural beams, was like you were hugging concrete cracks all the way through that you could put your hand in. And this is the weight of this building. And y'all holding up this building 5-6 floors, and the beams is cracked in the bottom. What the do you think that means? What do you think that means?
Well,
And then y'all went through a storm. Did they get flooded? Did they get flooded over there? Because we didn't hear about Coley Cole.
yeah, we're gonna have to have Coley Cole. Come on, Coley Cole.
Where you at, Coley Cole? We don't need you.
Yes.
We gonna need you because you up over there, so you know exactly the dynamics of what's really going on in that building over there. We need somebody from 1490 Jefferson as well.
1490.
Yeah, we need to figure out what's going on. We need to find out what happened during the storm. How did your building hold up? We need to know what's going on out there. We need y'all peoples to tap in. We need y'all to tap in. We need to know what's going on out in the communities that we ain't living in. We don't know. We only know what's going on in our community. But if what's going on in our community is going on in your community, then we know we all fucked up. We all fucked up.
Right, and you see.
The key thing, the average house don't have a generator, but those buildings should have them. So they shouldn't have had nothing going on.
They shouldn't
But they
have
had a
nothing
whole
going on.
lot going on.
Listen, but that
But they
shows
had a
you
whole lot going
in
on.
the codes. Who's writing the codes in the city of Buffalo? Because how do you have elderly, handicapped? I mean, you know they have handicap. They have handicap accessibilities. They only have. They may have 2 elevators. One may only work, but they don't nothing work when there's no power.
Right.
So how can they have people in that type of situation and not have a backup generator, but you updating the codes on the bars? You updating the codes when black people trying to get in brick and mortar. You're like, oh no, that's not up to code. We need you to do ... When we try to make sure that we have businesses where we can generate wealth and employ our people, they put their foot on our neck, but they spend millions of fucking dollars in these fucking projects, and they don't have a generator? A generator?
A generator is simple. That's simple.
Also,
A
Y'all talking about altering the national grid.
Senior living shouldn't be no more than 3 floors anyway.
I don't think so
No
either,
more
and
than
it should
3 floors.
always be, and it should be 4 elevators.
It could be mad purpose.
I feel like it should be big, and it should have, and I think it should have 4 elevators, one on each side of the building, because they're handicapped, dumbass. How they can't walk downstairs? 3 floors, they can't walk downstairs.
Generators.
Come on now, cause I bet you go out there on in East Aurora,
But like we just
where Russell Salvatore's name is on the
What we
building.
just say though, then one of them nursing homes went out.
Wait,
No, no.
say that one more. Wait. I don't think
one
the
of
people
them
on the back.
nursing homes went out. So at the end of the day, think about y'all. If y'all not thinking, start thinking. That's all I'm gonna say.
But how
That
many
only
of your
gonna make
people?
sense.
But how many of your people was in these facilities? Because if y'all know, y'all got anybody that's in these facilities, y'all know that we can't afford
Cousin was in
to
there
live
for 3
in a
days.
facility.
She was in a
You
facility
talk about
for 3 days at work.
$800 a week. These people only making $1,300. What's the cap on disability or SSI? What
I'm saying they got money. They got money.
We talking about
Oh, we talking about-
basic social security.
Oh, no more than 1,100.
No
Right.
more.
So you think at 11,
13.
you 1,100,
Say 13.
and they want $800 a week for you to stay in these spots. That's fucking $3,200 a month.
Right.
You only got 1,100.
That's what I'm saying.
But see, that's why they stacked us. That's why they stacked the old people on top because it's just a numbers game. It's not about the elderly. It's about getting the money to house
because they
the elderly.
Another
they don't
way
give a fuck about their
money
employees either. They don't give a fuck about their employees either.
Hell no, because they not even paying them that money. You
The
talk
whole
about
thing is,
$800 a
because you
week.
here to wipe this ass and do this, and that, and the third. I don't give a fuck about you.
But how
They
much
52
money
fake
is you making?
They 52 faked them with that $15.
Yeah, that $15.
But people-
That $15
Wait,
fucked them up.
wait, I'm
They
about
thought
to
they
say
was
this.
They thought they was doing something.
Wait, and they had us all fighting for it, and they said that was a win. But think about this: most of the senior housing, they have security doors that required electricity. They were stuck. They were stuck in buildings, stuck on elevators, in a building that had only electric heating and electric appliances. I'm telling you, that was all about
Water heaters,
depopulation.
everything, right?
Hell yeah.
Everything in the building is electrical, and you mean to tell me it is not part of the code to have a generator
In
and
the
it's
city of
electric,
Buffalo?
everything?
And y'all saying
In the
that-
city of Buffalo,
Wait, though.
where we get the
And y'all
coldest
prepared. Y'all
weather.
prepared for the storm because y'all telling us it's coming.
Oh, but we know they ain't have no plan. I don't know if you was here. but
I'm
there
not.
was
How
no-
wasn't the
they
plan
ain't
if
got
y'all
no
fucking
plan?
knew it was coming?
They ain't got no plan.
They don't have a plan for when it's more than 8 inches of snow. When it's more than 8 inches of snow,
So they had
in the
a city-
handbook,
No.
it said defer to the state and defer to the feds and defer to private contractors.
In
It
a
did
city,
not say-
that's been getting more than 4 feet of snow
But I'm just
yearly,
saying, though,
we
so-
get more than 4 feet of snow. We damn near
No,
get up to
fuck
8
all that.
feet of snow.
So y'all
we
telling
got
me
8 foot in a day.
y'all thought 77 was never gonna happen again?
They knew
that-
it. It
and
didn't
then
happen.
when the
They
national
planned it.
when
They
the
planned
national
it.
guards and all them came in, Genesee was scraped. Why y'all couldn't do that? Y'all got them in.
Why
y'all couldn't do
it's
that? Like,
emergency
to
route.
just do it.
Because that
Why
was the money.
wasn't
That
the
was the easy
emergency
way. That
route?
was a money
I
grab.
don't wanna hear that
But that
shit.
was a money grab because they got a
That shit
certain
ain't
amount of
smart,
money
yo.
for these people to
My
come.
cousin died. Our cousin died in
I
that
know
shit,
that.
yo.
I know.
She suffered, yo.
I
Like,
know.
that shit is not even right,
That
yo.
shit ain't right.
Fuck, y'all killed my cousin, and
And
I'm
on top of the fact that y'all got people that own stores in our community that y'all willing to give them our resources, and they don't
even
have to be open. They don't have to be
In an
open,
emergency
and they live
situation?
upstairs.
Right.
Nah, because they was accessible to they people.
They sure was. Girl, what?
We always the odd man out. We always
All
the
the
odd
time.
man out. We're
And that's why
always
when
the odd
we get on
man
that
out.
look, niggas like, look at these two motherfuckers on it again. Doing that dumb shit. Clowning us, nigga. That's all
Shit,
they
they
do.
was up in there
These
listening to
motherfuckers
Tupac.
set us back hundreds of years every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Just, like,
Every
why?
time. That's just
Why?
like, remember I said,
Why?
that's just like when Jeffrey Thompson, he's got a show on Netflix. It's on Netflix. And he talked about every monumental event that we had is like the rock, you pushed it, we had momentum like a motherfucker, boom, we pushed that shit. And it got all the way up to damn near the bend to go down, and they did something to us for that shit to go right back down.
Right
and
back
we had
to
to
square
start
one.
all the way
Yeah.
from scratch. You know what I'm
We
saying?
always gotta justify.
Always
inflation.
gotta-
And why the fuck
Inflation.
Yeah, like, why?
Oh, it's
Gentrification.
Oh, yeah. All these programs.
pandemic.
All this fucking programming
The
and
people,
planning
yeah.
that they done did
This fake ass rent.
to annihilate us.
Yo, that's it. To obliterate us. And then the whole thing is that we have the power to stop everything by gaining the knowledge.
But we rather just be out here. Oh, we live in this social media life. Everything that ain't gonna affect us. We don't care about that. Now, that don't even apply to me. And then turn around, motherfucker. And when it applied to you, you can't even motherfucking qualify.
Listen.
'Cause your stupid ass.
This
you
is why.
fucking-
Yo, listen. I said, I didn't even watch it. I said, yo, they grilling Rihanna. Like, y'all grilling her. I said, what about these motherfuckers right here?
What she do?
She
Like,
didn't
because
do
she ain't do
nothing.
nothing. She just pregnant, performing, and everybody
You think
got
she
something
pregnant?
motherfucking to say. She
didn't put it on
is.
Instagram.
She is pregnant.
I think
that's
everybody
everybody
was
said.
starting that rumor, but she didn't confirm it on Instagram or nothing. So I'm just confused
So
because
now
you
they
know
trying
the
to
news,
blare-
the news is gonna blare that once they find. This is just a
But that's what
ridicule,
the
but she
Grammys
just
old
She
or a
is.
year. The baby was born.
Thank you.
Yeah, the baby about to be a year old.
At the
I
end
mean,
of the
but
day,
come on, we all mothers. Just
So,
because she's a superstar, she was trying to be a mother to her brand new baby because she's never been one before.
but why is that a thing?
Why
For
did
us
they
to always
question
do
it?
that?
Why is
Why she
look good.
can't be pregnant?
I mean,
I
she
don't
looked
understand.
good to me,
Like,
no
make it
matter
make
what.
sense, though. She performed.
Her
And
performance
y'all
was
always got
nice.
something to say. When it's us,
Her
when them
performance
motherfucking
was
hillbillies get on there and do the halftime motherfucker, you don't hear shit.
You don't hear
Y'all
nothing.
we always gotta go against each other and be talking that faggoty shit.
But
That's
wait. But when we do that, why we can't do that about this shit that's going on right here?
That affects us.
Like that
really
affects
affects us.
That
because-
not only affects us, it affects our
affects
children,
our children,
our grandparents.
our grandparents, right?
Exactly. That's
And
why I say
that
I
they
don't
still
care,
here.
'cause I can't call
That
Rihanna.
they still here because
I
your
can't call
grandmother ain't
nobody.
really trying to even. She's not even trying to. She done told you. She done told your mama. Now it's time for her to sit back and chill and figure out what
But
y'all
when people
gonna
say
do.
stuff about celebrities and stuff, I don't be caring because we don't know them and we can't call them to get shit.
Yeah,
so for
so
you
why
to
you
be
care?
foaming in the mouth about them, you're sick.
Why you care?
To me,
though?
that's
program.
Yeah, you sick.
Your program.
Like Doc and them used to say, Channel Zero, turn the TV
Turn
off.
it- Yeah, it's
Program.
time to go to bed.
Stop
It's
it.
time to go to bed.
Stop
Trying
it.
to go. They
Turn
they
that shit
coma.
up. Turn this off.
You in a
Throw
coma.
them in the garbage.
You like
where the tablet at? Throw that in the garbage too.
You
Whatever.
sleep.
Throw
You
that.
still
Act like it
sleep.
ain't even no internet no more. Let's go back to reality, yo. Y'all wildin', B.
The
But y'all got
internet
created.
created.
But they
The
done
internet
made social
created
media think that
another reality.
on social media, the internet, is actual real life. That's
Yeah.
not real life. That's
But guess
made
what?
up.
It's their life with their money. You trying to live
They
like
don't
that,
even
you
live
little
that
bum.
life. They don't live that life.
I don't
that
care.
they
At the end of the day,
the life.
if they is fronting,
Girl,
you
they
can't
know
front
they
like this.
fronting.
Stop
They
it.
are
You
fronting.
don't watch
Stop it.
these
You
people
know bitches that
front.
did that
What you
dumbass
talking
shit with
about?
all that money y'all just got. All that money they gave y'all.
You done been in these
You
rooms.
bitches live in
you
a
mean to
project
tell me
with
you
$10
ain't been
rent. After the
Stop it.
pandemic, you was supposed to be able to buy a house. Is you dumb? But y'all ain't got motherfucking asses and all this dumb faggoty ass shit. Like, let's get to it. Ain't no niggas in Buffalo paying like they weigh. It's over. Like, fuck out of here. Like, come on.
That's Gigi McGuire.
Who the
They
fuck
all
is
go-
that?
Girl, you know that's the motherfucking stripper from Magic City that used to be popping. Look her up, Gigi McGuire. Shout out,
McGuire. I don't know you,
McGuire.
Gigi, but what's
She
up?
is
If
the
you
best
poppin', you
stripper.
poppin', 'cause I
She
love
is the best stripper in the world. I love her, but
She stand
you know what I
Gigi,
mean?
because I don't know you, but my sister said so.
She is the
Yeah.
best stripper in the world. What? Stop playing. That lady don't even be. She don't even be doing her thing. But you gotta go check her out because these they do not be entertaining me. You can't get my money.
Okay, we
sis.
just went off sidetrack. Back to what y'all should have did. Back to what y'all should have did. Yes, y'all ladies and a lot of you young men, y'all should have had houses, but down payments, anything like.
But
Well,
ain't
see,
nobody
that's
was
why-
talking to them about
Wait.
that. And that's what we said. They don't care about stuff like that because they don't think those things affect
No,
them.
because you
But
know
no,
what?
they
We got a lot
deter
of
you.
never had nothing ass motherfuckers in
Culture.
Buffalo.
No, they
There's a lot of-
devalue
fucking-
our community. We've allowed them to control how we value our community. They say your community is not worth shit. When you get money, you buy outside of your community.
Oh, don't
Right.
they?
And so that's how they get our money.
That's a fact.
Right.
But then they holding you hostage in this community because,
Right.
baby, you can't even be you.
Right.
You can't even be you. You
Okay.
ain't having barbecues,
Okay.
baby, because the last time you had a barbecue, oh.
And what you say?
But
Man,
until
when
you
pull up,
realize
cut the
that you
music
really
down,
can't
man, don't
afford
pull
it.
up to my shit with that music on like that. You know my neighbors. Now
Until
you
you
give a
realize
fuck.
you can't afford it. You want the lifestyle. You want the lifestyle because it
Man.
look good. And this is what you, this
So
is
we
what
can
you
build
trying
our
to
shit up
follow.
like that.
But we can't
Yes,
because
we
people
could.
don't
Don't
want-
say we can't. We can.
Not saying
If
we
put it-
can't.
put it to
Not
it.
saying we can't do it into a magnitude that we want to do it because strip is in numbers.
But just
And if
like-
we don't have the numbers, this is where the problem comes in because everybody is not focusing on the same thing at the same time, and that's what we need. We
We
need
look like
people-
nobody's focused on anything.
No, they
focuses
not.
on anything.
A lot of
How
people
can
is
we?
In
not.
our city and our town, I really don't
Wait,
see that nobody
but see
focuses
that,
on anything.
and it's hard for us to focus. This is where the
Yeah.
nonprofits come in. This is where the church comes in.
I don't believe
This
it.
is where social media comes in. Because if they were on the same page and if everybody who cared about us and our community was on the same page, we ain't even got to be in the same book, but if we on the same page, everybody would be talking about what we talking about. because everybody knows somebody right now who got an issue with housing. Either your community is being invaded, or
slumlords.
You got slumlords. You can't afford the house. Everybody is having housing.
All those application fees. What is all these? Okay, I paid to get on Zillow. I get on Zillow, but now you want to figure out I'm lost. And so everybody just want, then everybody that's 18 is $50, $20.
Because they use these social platforms.
That's like crazy
to coerce you into thinking that these available listings are not available to you elsewhere. It's just convenience. We done got so comfortable.
That shit ain't convenient for me.
No, it's convenience for people that use the internet.
For nobody. Because already, if I get out, I paid you all this money for me and my kids. Just say they want $50 for me, $20 for my kids if they ain't 18, or if they 18, then they gotta pay the 52, right? Now I gave you that money. Now you look over my application. You like, so you just got above that.
Because I say, how do you document that there is an apartment that you about to rent? You could just you could put up an ad. Yes, I own such and such, and I'm renting it out. Application fee, because you have to apply.
Right, but if you do that to 15, 20 people,
it's one apartment. How many applications do you take before it's really not about who you about to rent this apartment to?
Right.
It's about you about to come up.
Right.
It is a come up.
Right.
And why they not regulating that shit? They want to regulate the speed. I'm like, they act like we had a problem with people getting ran over, and they got these speed humps all over the place, but it's application fees that's illegal that nobody is even regulating, verifying, tending to. And the same people that's charging all of these application fees, you in backdoor meetings with them, you taking pictures with them, you at their celebration, y'all raising up their flag and our shit.
You sitting at their table
eating fried chicken and shit.
Dead ass.
You serious? But they'll regulate the shit out of a nigga trying to make some money to feed their family. They systematically shut down all of our businesses to the extent that now the only thing we can do is have a bar or a hair or a nail salon, those particular things. And
not even no hair salon, a barbershop, a
anything
salon.
that has to go through them, that they got a cosign, you jumping through fucking
no
hoops.
Grocery store.
Oh, you can't get nothing tangible, no institutions.
No.
And you know why you can't get no institutions? It's the same reason why it was legal for them to go fucking systematically bomb and kill the residents to all of these black cities that we don't know nothing about. They don't even talk about that shit during Black History Month.
Because they underwater.
You fucking serious? Don't. Yo, I swear to God, I cannot stand these fucking program niggas. This is Black History Month. What? They ain't even teaching you nothing. They teach you the same shit year after year. You do the same shit year after year. Yeah, Martin Luther King had a dream. Like, he ain't say any fuck. That's the only thing this nigga ever said is, I have a dream. That's the only. And they don't even tell you they killed him. They killed him. They killed his mother. His family don't even say nothing because they took the motherfucking money.
They took the money.
Because at the end of the day, that's why they keep us poor. Because no matter what happens, the money takes it down. Because all they got to do is pay a motherfucker that look like you to come through and do some shit.
Do some shit, right.
And we never question beyond the person who did the shit.
Right.
And it's so much bigger than the person that did the shit. Like, you got all of these fucking anti-violence groups and everybody who come out and talk about when somebody got killed during a shooting.
Standing right there.
What about the violence with this fucking storm?
Right.
Where was they then? Oh, because they're not deployed. See, you got to understand, they're activated. They're not activated by the community. Right. They're not activated by injustice. They activated by the fucking phone call. The people who fund them.
Right.
So it matters who fund these people. It matters who funds these candidates.
Right.
But they got motherfuckers so programmed that they got, well, what do the TV say? What the TV say? Oh, the TV say vote for this person?
And ain't nobody
Go
talking,
vote.
so this is why don't nobody know
Yes,
that you didn't even pick the delegate.
You
didn't even pick the delegate. Everybody looking and asking questions about how did this person come up. Oh, you seen them before because they ran for mayor, but we gonna see if y'all know these other people that's running that you ain't never seen in the community ever in your life.
Oh, you seen them during her campaign.
Yeah, but that's a campaign. That's not in the community.
That's not in the
We're
community.
not talking about in the community. If you want to defend the community, you want to advocate for the community, you want to support the community, you have to actually know the community and live in the community.
Should you? How long you gotta live there? Should I be able to? I decide my lease today. Can I speak for the community? Should I be able to?
No, you have to be a long-term resident, at least 20 years, 15 or 20 years more.
Should people be upset when I just
people
signed?
should still know you in this community. If you moved out of this community and you wanna advocate for this community because you grew up there when you was a kid, but you moved away from the community, but people in the community still live there. You got some families that still live there. So 9 times out of 10, if the parents done passed on, you got kids that got the house that you grew up with. So you know, you can advocate for a community. But you can't just move from Timbuktu and then just come and live here, put your name on an apartment, live there for a year, and then say, oh, I'm going to go downtown and I'm going to run for this seat because I want to be their council member because it sounds like they need help. When in all actuality, you have many, opportunities to defend the community, and then you bypass it.
I want to know, when did she care? Because when I had the conversation, when I was in Maston District, I was redistricted out of Maston District, but at the time I had a conversation with her about Maston. And when I lived there, she didn't give a fuck. She's like, Migo's doing a great job. The mayor's doing a great job. Those are our allies. But then when it's convenient for you, now you fighting against the power. See, controlled opposition. You have to be able, we have to have enough information to look beyond what is being portrayed to us. Because we all know what they do with the truth. Like, we can sit down and be like, yeah, they censor the truth. The government ain't shit. They killed the black people this time, this time, this time, and this time. But when we talk about them outside of those contexts, we get stupid. Like what do you mean? But then
you still turn around and you still go and support the movement, even though you know that these people did these things. How many times have people had to tell you, and it's your own people telling you this, oh no, that's a conspiracy, this is not right, that's no fact, this, that, and the third, because you don't want to really look into it and use your common sense. But they don't got to tell you that they killed Martin Luther King, they set Martin Luther King up for you to really know that they killed Martin Luther King and they set Martin Luther King up. Like, why the fuck do you actually got to see it in a movie or actually know? You live life before, so you know how these things play out. And in a situation like that, even when the big homie get killed, nigga, you got to figure out who killed him. You ain't got to figure out who killed them. The motherfucker closest to you is going to be the one that's going to kill you.
Listen, it came out during the trial. That's how they got the holiday. But see, black people be so, every holiday is grounded in our blood.
In our blood.
And motherfuckers be like, oh, what day is it? Oh, today is the day I gotta celebrate the people I love. Oh, wait, what I gotta do today? What do the TV say for me to do today? That's why I can't do that shit. I can't even fuck with people who do that shit. And then they be like, well, why you don't do that shit? Because I know better.
I know better.
I know every holiday. There's not one holiday that is not grounded in our blood.
Right.
Even you go to Kwanzaa, you go to Juneteenth, those are all holidays to make you feel somebody give a fuck.
But y'all focused on the motherfucker that came up with the idea of even formulating a Kwanzaa culture.
And who paid that nigga?
He's a criminal.
And he's an informant. He's a government agent. They used him to kill the Black Panthers. But y'all we love the Black Panthers. Listen, the program Negro, I can't do them and they can't do me. And I ain't mad at you. Because I'm not for everybody. And everybody ain't for me. Okay? I don't give a fuck. Because the truth ain't no greater religion than truth.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So you want to be ignorant?
You gotta be over there ignorant.
You gotta stand over there.
You ain't gonna be over here trying to make me ignorant, listening to your ignorant shit.
And please don't breathe your ignorant ass air.
Please, I don't want to be even in the same. I don't even want to be in the same centimeter as you. Like what? No, you gotta definitely move over there.
Come on, the ignorant glorify ignorance. Then they be, this don't even matter. This is what matters. And see, when you can follow this, then you know what matters. And people that can't follow this, the first thing they be like, oh, it's a conspiracy.
But they done got so used to looking at everything on the internet, they don't want to go into a library and get a book and really actually read something that's already been transcribed years of. Like, you can even go back to certain interviews on the internet if they're going to play the whole video without being edited. You don't actually know, because that might be a rabbit hole that you got to go down. But listening to some of these interviews from some of these conferences and some of these what they call speakers and all of this stuff, they get up there and they say all of these things, and then you be like, okay, let me go back to 97 when she was talking about this, when she was just an actual Democratic little senator, or she was a county clerk or something like that. Let me follow her career and see what headway did she actually make for her to be at this level and be talking about, because I mean, when we talking about real issues, we talking about real people, because only real people have real issues, obviously. You know what I mean? Because we feel like money is what takes away our issues, but these motherfuckers got money, so their issues is different than ours. Their issues is self-inflicted. They making all of their issues, because right now all we doing is worried about keeping a plate in front of our face, a roof over our head, and some clothes over our back, and we barely getting that. You know what I'm saying? They want everybody to suffer. They want everybody to suffer, and as long as we don't educate ourselves in reference to what's going on around us, stop thinking about, I mean, it's okay for you to superficially go out, have fun, think of, but don't let that shit consume you to where you ain't smart enough to know everything else that's going on around you on this side. You know what I'm saying?
Be well-rounded in your shit. Be well-rounded.
Right. If you gonna come out here and be acting like a dummy doing dumb shit, you better be able to have an intellectual conversation, and you really better know something. Because I'm gonna really think you goofy. You don't know nothing. You too worried about superficial things that really don't matter, that people is not paying attention to. We talking about real life facts that might not affect us right now, but it's gonna affect our kids.
Right, and you know, I think about that. Like, who are the Twa people? People don't even know who they are to even question why they no longer exist.
Right.
It's Tasmanian people. There are all these people, and everything that they did, everything they acquire, all their culture, everything, it no longer exists.
Right.
Because the people no longer exist.
Right.
See, they got us so focused on history that we ain't even thinking about our future.
Right.
Because if we don't exist, all they're going to do is come through, they're going to knock down all the old schools, put up new schools, knock down on the old houses, put up new houses, rename every fucking community, and guess what? Ain't nobody going to ever know our black asses ever fucking existed. And so then it don't matter where you went on vacation, it don't matter what car you drove, you had red bottoms, how many wigs you got, all of that shit is irrelevant. And and you know, the people who think that those things are relevant are the mindless zombies that got us all fucked up. And see, that's why the people that want to know better, want to do better, those are the people we got to link up with, tap in, and we got to make the difference. Because let me tell you something, ain't nobody gonna save a slave but a slave.
That's a
so
fact.
you got motherfuckers who are benefiting
from our situation. Because a slave know what being a slave is like. A person that's been a boss all their life don't know nothing about being an employee. That's why they don't care about how they treat you. Because they never been you. So they like, shit, I'm the one with the money. I'm the one who run this shit. You gonna do what I tell you to do. You gonna make these pennies. And you gonna keep it pushing. And you gonna what? Keep it pushing. Because I gotta go to work. Master said I gotta go to work. I goes to go out here and pick this cotton. I need my money so I can buy my groceries. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, that don't even make sense. Then you got the mind of an oppressed slave from a time that we don't even know about. That's really what your mind is like. That's what I correlate that to.
But you know what? And I thought about it. And at first, I was starting to get angry about it. But then I had to think about it. Like, my great-grandmother was born in 1938. Her mother was born in like the 1800s, around that time.
Yeah, that's what I tell people.
They be trying to teach.
You gotta
They be
remember.
like Black History, like that shit was fucking hundreds and hundreds, and we not even one generation out of that shit. Like my other grandmother was born in one was born in 1938, the other one was born in 1921. My grandmother that was born in 1921 used to tell me about stories about her being in the field picking cotton. So but they be
Yes,
acting
because
like
her people was born in 1876. Come on, 1860
Yo.
1860 to 1820. That's only 60 years. That's your mom's age.
Yo.
What you talking about? That's us in 20 years.
But see, when they distance themselves from that shit, it makes you think that this shit stopped happening. Like they no longer kill
it's
niggas.
a revolving door. It's a revolving
Steady
door.
slaughtering
This just
these
happened
motherfuckers.
different. Now the slave shit is jobs.
That's
the
legal
slave shit.
slavery.
That's legal slavery.
Because anytime your minimum wage don't afford you the opportunity to go to work for 40 hours, just keep a roof over your head, food on your table, and some
take care
threads
of your
on
kids.
your back.
And don't take care of your kids.
I mean, how do they allow that to
'Cause you
even
can't.
be paid?
Right.
Because what I'm supposed to do.
Right. And the other half of it is incarceration.
I mean, for a better society. Then you got the people that got you on the treadmill. Them motherfuckers buying islands.
What?
Islands.
Where they taking
How the
little
fuck
girls
is that
from
legal?
the States 12 years old over to the thing because she came with your sister, and I don't like your sister no more because she's 17, so I like the 12-year-old. Bring her over here. All my friends are gonna come and fill in your booty. Like what?
And shit on you.
That's crazy. But
Yo.
y'all got R. Kelly in jail for making a thing with a
Yo.
girl that wanted to be.
But y'all think them motherfuckers in Dubai
What's
shit on
happening?
themselves,
What's
man.
happening?
Motherfuckers is making islands. Yo, but see, that's the type. So that is.
They making islands out of your old neighborhoods and communities that you used to live in back in the day. In the states
That's
that were
Lake
predominantly
Lenape.
black, they covering them up with water and then they rename
Lake
them.
Lenape.
In Oscarville.
In New York State, listen, there are countless black communities that New York State has systematically eliminated and destroyed, and niggas
And they
in
covered it
Buffalo
up.
think it ain't happening right fucking now.
It's definitely
Well,
happening right now.
it is happening right now.
But I'm just
Hey,
trying to
but they
figure
don't
out
know
where all
people-
the black people go. They're like, where did they all go?
I don't know.
Did y'all all just run out of Buffalo, the city?
I want to
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
And why people not
Because everybody,
looking for them? Why aren't all these people that just love the community and love black people and if Black Lives Matter, then the black community should matter? Why ain't nobody saying nothing? Like everybody's like, that's the price of progress. So if progress is the displacement of my people, I don't need it and I don't want it. I don't support it. I'm not going to promote it,
Right,
and I'm not going to perpetuate it.
right.
But you have people who
So, but why
create it.
are we the ones that actually don't get the support that we need from the community, and we is out here trying to defend the community? Like we really out
we
here.
not on social media. We ain't got the money for flyers. Don't nobody ever ask how these fucking poor that your community organization. Why the fucking people poor and
And
your
you
ass not? How the fuck you fight the power? We're forming protests against the city of Buffalo, but the city of Buffalo is where you get your fucking money from.
Right.
See, that's that game. And then you're going to use your time that you've been working with this organization that is paid by the city of Buffalo. You're going to say, I worked on behalf of the community.
Right.
If you don't get your motherfucking ass out of here,
Yo,
you serious?
boot licking.
You boot licking,
I
black
don't
Sambo, Negro
What?
paying.
What? Poverty pimping. Woo.
Yo!
Black supremacist.
Then they be like, she's so
You,
angry. And you not.
You should be.
You
should
not.
be. You should be.
That's like, yo, you get
Because
into
our
a
community
community.
is deplorable compared to how
Listen.
we grew up.
You gotta take it back to the old school. That's like you hanging with this dude. This dude is your mans in them. Y'all go somewhere. You get jumped by these people. You fighting with your mans in them. You get robbed. You get stomped. You get all this. And then you find out your mans in them was with the motherfucker that did this shit to you.
Hello? They the ones who set you up.
Oh, they want your ass
They
up.
set you up. Heavy.
And these are the people that's now running.
Because
for
a
the
new
city of
enemy,
Buffalo.
a new enemy is always an old friend. A new enemy is always an old friend. Nobody can get to drop on you like that for real, but somebody that fuck with you like that.
That's like that remind me of the Paid in Full. He was like, "Yo,
And if they
you
don't
got
mess
12
with you,
keys."
and if they don't mess with you, they used to.
Yo,
They
listen.
used to.
He was like, "Yo, you got 12 keys?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "You got them on.
You got
them
them with
right
you?
now.
You got
You
them.
got 'em?" He's like, "Yeah."
He said, all right. Like what? That motherfucker tried to.
Yo, because he was like, "Yo,
He was like, I can't believe you did
I'm trying
this
to get
me.
this for my brother, to get my brother." No,
They
it
done
was his nephew.
snatched his nephew.
that was his little
That was his little brother.
That was his little brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he said his mother. Yo, his mother wasn't shit neither. But I mean, but yo, that's how these
And then
nonprofits
they come
is.
down, your uncle the one who took, like, come on, your uncle the one who snatched your brother out, though? He was a jealous, like, that's how people do.
That money. That money is the only thing that divide us. At any point in time, money is the reason niggas selling drugs. Money is the reason niggas robbing. Money is the reason niggas is killing. Like, money is at the root of all of that. Who controls the money? They do. Who is legislating your poverty? They
do.
are.
Right.
But then you got these groups that be like, yo, the black people need to do this and this and that, but you ain't talking about the system
And then you
that
turn
makes
around,
us poor.
and then you turn around and you get a black person that everybody likes, and you say, oh no, I'm gonna take care of it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna take care of it. And then you like, you gonna take care of it? She's like, yeah, I'm gonna take care of it. So soon as I get over here, if you give me this and I go over here and I get this from these people, they gonna look out for me and I got you. Soon as I get in, I got you. You like, oh, okay, well here, just take this bag. You take the bag, you go, you run, and then you like, what? I don't remember taking no bag. What bag? I took a bag from you? I don't remember taking no bag. I remember I took the bag, but then I left it in here because I had to go run somewhere else to do something, to talk to some other people. I don't know what happened to the bag after that.
I thought you grabbed it back, motherfucker. Like all the way down.
Yeah, that's that shit. That's like a motherfucker who steal your purse.
And we did this shit
And you-
16 years. We did this shit damn near 20 years. We did this shit damn near 20 years. And you done got away with it 20 years. You done got away with some billions.
Yeah, and now they want to bring in their replacements.
So they can do it for 20 years.
So they can
get
do
their
it for
billions.
enough.
So they can get their billions. Because now it's going to be them. The ones that's here now, it's going to be them ones in a position where they're the ones getting the money.
Yeah.
Then the new ones going to come in. They going to run for about 20 years. And then once they change positions, then it'll be their turn.
Because they probably
It's like
be
the
trying.
Ponzi scheme. It'll be their turn to get their money.
No, because you know what they be doing? They be getting different pensions. You spend 20 years working for the city, being a council person for the city. You get your 20 years in. Then boom, you go for a state position.
Mm-hmm.
So now when it's time to cash out, they cashing out.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people ain't questioning the black church. They're like, well, why would the church displace their congregation? Because maybe once the congregation is gone, all the fuck they gonna do is sell the property. And the property is prime fucking real estate. So imagine you got a church for like $30,000, and now that it's time for you to cash out, you getting millions. And who you gotta split it with?
Nobody.
Who you got? You gotta split it with the community?
No.
Absolutely not. But the community done paid your taxes. You done access the community funding to buy up all of this property and put up all of these apartments. And
Right. And the community can't even afford to live there. Now they can't even afford to live there.
You gotta pay your tithes.
Yeah, but I mean, it's different.
And you gotta be in with
different
them.
reasons.
You gotta be in.
Different churches. That's why I tell people, even with the church, like you can't even blame the church because all of them ain't co-opted. You know what I mean? They call themselves co-opting the religion itself. This is where these mega churches come in and what they lying to these people and got these people like Billy Graham gonna say, ain't no way. I don't live. I got me a jet plane and I like. Come on, you getting these all these Ormans and all of these different people. They got these mega churches. Yeah, I can understand you trying to. You get to the point where you on that level. You have that platform, but don't be robbing the people when the last thing that we had as a culture was our religion. You know what I mean?
But listen, you got the churches, they got this property. This property is assets. Is a asset.
Right.
They could utilize that asset to get money.
Right.
To do whatever is necessary for the community that they're in.
Right.
But they're not using that money. They're using poverty dollars. Why is that?
And then they cuffing
So
them.
and how again does it benefit? Now if they were amassing property and then they got this money and then they said, okay, now we're gonna take this money and this property and utilize it
for our congregation
to
for
do some
development.
development
Right.
that's in our community.
Right.
We see that there's a housing crisis.
Right.
We see that our houses are being.
Because that's the godly thing to do.
I would believe so. To house your people.
Yeah.
Make sure that they have some place to live.
That's suitable for them.
Right.
As well as safe.
Right.
For them.
Right.
No matter what we talking about, what
Right.
circumstances we
Right.
talking about, whether it be a storm or just health issues or
Right.
anything just as simple.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it's safe.
Right.
It's clean.
Right.
This updated.
Right.
They got proper transportation to
Right.
be able to access
They
the
could
building.
have bought grocery stores.
Right.
They could have got together
Where they
and
have their
utilized
own
that
market.
asset.
They have their own market right in the bottom of their store that can feed, that services their tenants.
And they could have had their own school, right?
Right.
Outside of the Buffalo public school system, right? Where
Right.
they educated the kids instead of the kids celebrating fucking Christopher Columbus
right.
and all of this this
drunk
information that has already been disproven. Like we're
drunk
teaching
lying.
children information that's
That's
just
not
not
true.
factual,
Right.
actual, or anything. So what purpose does it serve? And if it serves no purpose, why hasn't it been corrected? And if it does serve a purpose, then we understand why it hasn't. But why do this is like how we are in this situation, in this perpetual situation, because if you educate a woman, then you lift a nation up.
Right.
What are they educating us to do? To change our bodies, that your body is money.
Your body ain't even worth it. You're not worth it as a person.
Right.
So you gonna have to go and spend a couple dollars for you to look like something. But the person that's inside, we don't care about that. We just care about what you look like. Go get your eyes done.
We are
your
the
lips
only
done,
community
your nose
that
done.
they project. Like, you're not beautiful unless your ass is fake, your titties fake, your hair fake, you wear makeup every day.
Your gender fake.
Like,
all just type
just
of fake
a bunch
shit.
of fake shit. And you don't need no man. But if you do, a man ain't worth nothing but money. Like, I be like, how these chicks be, you assess a value to a man. A black man is invaluable. Like, I'm like, do you know what the purpose of a black man is?
No, because they don't even know what the purpose
Because we've
of
been
a black
programmed.
woman is.
Because we are programmed to do everything that is anti-family. So that we don't have, if you don't have a strong family,
And
you
that's
can't have a strong
and
community.
that's not a true depiction of the black woman, though. You know what I mean? The black woman, that's a different type of beast right there. And you're talking about you don't acknowledge, their purpose and their value. So of course you ain't gonna never appreciate and being a hoe.
That's it.
Worrying
They
about
promote
bad bitches.
promiscuity.
Y'all don't even know how to use the broom.
Bad bitch. They kids
what
smell
makes you
bad.
bad? Yo,
They kids look bad.
You smell bad.
They smell bad.
Your house
Your
smells
house
bad.
smell bad. But when it's time to go out, a bitch fresh. Yo, it's crazy.
And you don't even know how to put special into the right context of a sentence.
Cause see, they dumbed us down.
you
They
special.
black women down. They've devalued us. They've dehumanized us. And then they've weaponized us against black men. And you need a black man to have a black baby. And then they act like that don't matter. Like, we don't only raise it as soon as we start talking about having black families and having black babies. That they're like, that shit is racist. I'll be like,
how is it racist?
How? I'm not mad when people be talking about having kids and having culture and celebrate. Like, I'm not mad about nothing. So why the fuck is everybody mad that they see the state of our community, they see the state of our people, they can talk shit about us 24/7, but the minute we start talking about, well, yeah, we need to promote the black family and the black man and the black woman, they be like, oh what's all this black shit? Sounds pretty fucking black to me. Black people say that shit. I'm like, you don't even know what a racist is.
I don't want to be involved. That's it. I don't want to be involved. They don't want to be involved.
I'm like,
Ain't
baby, you been drafted.
me.
You drafted, baby.
Ain't nobody.
They got plans for you, baby. That's why they classified you. The Indians didn't die. They reclassified them motherfuckers to colors and Negroes and African American.
Yeah, Alaska.
And then they used Jesse Jackson, fucking government agent, CIA ass. And Al Sharpton, he's a fucking government agent. They federal.
If y'all ain't know, them was the police.
They the
police.
Snug
They set them.
Peacemaker popos. Then y'all wonder why the street's so violent, because everybody out here doing that.
Because ain't nobody
sucker
doing
shit.
nothing. Because ain't nobody doing nothing.
Because
Because if y'all was anti-violent, y'all would be making sure, because it's all black people that lived in the community. So y'all should have some type of community influence. Don't be just going anywhere. If you one of them members, go and mentor to the people that's in your community, on your street, that you know the best. They got the best,
but they
respect for you.
They do through different programs. They don't do it themselves. They don't go out and connect with the community. They go volunteer with these programs. And see, that's how these programs, that's how they get the people to do the job. See, they pay themselves all the money, and then they want everybody in the community to do motherfucking work. And then they have a political platform, and they have everything that they need to do to catapult themselves, because the money is in the poverty. That's why we're poor. You couldn't have in a capitalistic society, somebody has to be poor. You think the motherfuckers who created this whole structure created that, wrote in, my kids are going to be poor. My grandkids are going to be poor. No, they created and structured a program to make sure they're going to be good. Their grandchildren are going to be good. 10 generations from now.
Right. It'll be 10 generations that'll be good before your ass is good.
Right.
Before you good.
They don't question nothing. They just believe everything they're told. As long as somebody says it on TV, or somebody that they know that they like says it, then they just go for it. But they have to be in positions of power. You know, like when politicians come, who do they go? They go right to the church. So now the congregation is online. So that's how they do. It's called the Negro Project. Look it up. What's her name? The lady who did Planned Parenthood, Margaret Sanger.
Yeah, Sanger. Right.
Yeah, that's what she wrote. Like, they studied us and they wrote out a plan. Like, they anytime you want to get a nigga to do something, just go to the ones the niggas look up to and buy them. And they poor, so you know they ready to go.
Because it ultimately lines their pockets. That's how they looking at it.
Yes. And then when they get caught doing foul shit, they be like, well, what was I supposed to do? I had to feed my family. Well, if that's the case, fuck you and your family.
Right.
So why y'all mad at me when I say fuck them?
Because they don't care about me and my family.
They don't care about most of us. Like 85% of us, they not speaking to us. They not speaking to us, but they speaking for us. And they speaking about us, and they spending our money.
Right.
That's the problem.
Grammys.
The Grammys. I don't even know when did the Grammys become important to black people? Because growing up, we didn't even respect the Grammys because they never we didn't respect them.
Right.
We didn't watch them because they never acknowledged
they never
our
actually
people.
they never actually awarded or acknowledged.
Only who got him, Michael Jackson, the only one who really got him.
Michael Jackson
He
was like the only one.
He was the only one, but that was
Whitney.
But how long ago
But they
was that?
were linked to
No,
who?
I'm just saying though.
But I'm just saying, like with rap music,
They was
never
linked
even wanted to
to
acknowledge
the
it.
motherfuckers that had for perpetuity and you remember when he said that when we went to go see Whitney in the movie? Remember he said when she went to go see Clyde Davis and they was signing the contract and he was like. She was like, and what does that mean? And he was like, the perpetuity. You don't have to worry. Remember, he hit her with that line. Like,
that's what they say. Be selling
you
your
don't have
soul.
to worry about that. And the father was like, baby, just sign it, cause that's a whole lot of money. Yeah, with this.
How we like it, like how we black as a culture, how we like stab each other in the back like that. Even parents are going against their kids go. That's sick though to me.
Money.
The love. It ain't even the money, it's the love of the money. It's the love of the material fake shit. And see, if we wasn't buying none of this shit, nobody would have any money.
Even have it.
Cause come on, we make all them brands that's hot.
We made them hot.
Shits. I remember nights used to be like $10. Come on, is you serious? That they putting that shit on?
Now they fucking 110.
Oh shit,
at the least.
No, it's all a gimmick, right? We just was in the mall earlier, right? I see these Pumas I just bought last week in TJ Maxx for $39 motherfucking dollars for $110. I said, how? That don't even make sense.
That shit coming from the factory, and the factories is owned by the corporations. The corporations are owned by the banks, and the banks is fucking. But
how you gonna sell the same sneakers? Like, that's crazy.
Because they're going to get their money. We talking about
as long as they make the money,
they're going to get their money no matter what. No matter what, they're going to get their money top dollar. You wouldn't even know if they had it if you didn't even walk in there. So since you here first, we gonna get you. Then you gonna go over there and see like, damn. That's like Saks. Remember they used to have the Uggs and all of that stuff. You can get the Uggs from them $30-$40. You go out there Red Door, get you some Uggs. $30-$40. You same ones, you go online, they're never going to deviate from their price because they're going to always get those money. That's why I remember when I was telling you about Starbucks, how the niggas in jail was making the cups. Can't even, come on, man.
What?
That's what I'm talking
Starbucks?
about.
Shut your mouth.
Starbucks is using
that's like the Cali make the license plates.
Listen, Starbucks, Victoria's Secret. This is why I keep telling her she be so mad because I said that. Like, this is what I said when I was telling you about the stores, how they racist. They funneling the money for our oppression, and you be like, then she gonna go, is they racist too?
I didn't want to know what the fuck did we wear.
I can't go here.
Can we
is they racist too?
But basically, any corporation is against us.
Right?
Period.
So where
long as they keep our money in their pocket. I just be like, how the fuck we used to wear FUBU, Kyle Kanai, cross colored. They bought it and then they fucking just disintegrated through the incinerator.
That's like Juicy
They fucking got rid of it to where we don't have no black designers. These all are designers.
Yes, he is.
Right? He's a person though. But they own your name. That's just like when Dave Chappelle said he signed that contract. If he didn't go online and do his shows and everything, and he wanted to do something solo, independent, he would not be able to use his own name. And that's his name because he signed the contract and they bought his name. He would not be able to call.
But that's why he ain't signed.
That's why he said that. Remember when they tried to make him seem like he was a crackhead and dope shit? That was the same shit they did to Kanye. That's why he was calling the motherfuckers out. He like, I can't even go and do another show. If I do another show, I can't call it the Chappelle. I can't call it the Dave Chappelle show. Because they bought in the beginning. That's why he be talking about. That's why he be talking about when people be jumping into these contracts. Right, but when he signed the contract in the beginning, like Pebbles did, fucking TLC and all of that. Like it's just not understanding your contract and what's going on.
Motherfuckers just see the dollar signs. It ain't
Listen,
because if you read it, you will understand.
But
you just seeing that amount, you
They
like,
don't
fuck it, they
wanna
ain't gonna do nothing to me.
They ain't gonna give you a pamphlet this big
That's
and
what I'm
tell
saying.
you that you think you about to sit there and read that shit and you only can read on the 7th grade fucking
But
read
they want
level.
And then your lawyer about to get a cut off the top, so he just wants you to sign that
He just
shit.
wants go ahead. That's
Everything sounds good.
Here, let me grab the
Everything looks
pen.
good. Everything looks
Is the
good.
contract for how much?
Matter of fact, you don't even. I have.
Here, I got one. He gonna pull the pen out with the case. The gold case, the shit lighted and everything.
Like Whitney Father did. Well, how they depicted that she did, because we don't know if that's really the story. These crackers get behind. They want to put some money behind your story.
But y'all got too many
and make
stories
it the
behind her for a motherfucker to believe it.
It's always a little bit of truth to every
Yeah, that's what I'm
lie.
saying. Like you take a piece out of each one and say, okay.
Yeah, but these motherfuckers don't be that smart. They don't be that smart. So
It
they
just
ain't taking
be money.
pieces. They ain't taking pieces. That's just like y'all stupid asses was going online trying to watch the Dahmers. This motherfucker, they been making movies about Jeffrey Dahmer since he did what he did, and y'all keep watching that shit.
That
It's the
goes
same
back
fucking
to
thing.
this. Like I said before. And that slavery shit. When did we get tough? Motherfucker, y'all went in a cracker motherfucker. How?
That's why that's why they had to.
We had slavery. Y'all was never
But
tough.
listen, that's why they had to
became tough.
legalize slavery, because we was killing. No, the story they tell is always that we was just slaves and we was just singing, working. No, we was killing motherfuckers.
We was fighting.
We was always killing
We
these
was fighting.
motherfuckers. Always.
We was fighting.
But they tell that story so that they keep
That's
your
just
ass.
but that's just
No,
like
I'm just saying. I just wanted to know.
no,
like,
that's
when
just
did
like with the
motherfuckers
Black
get tough? And
Panthers.
then
They
y'all
said the Black Panther Party was the greatest opposition to democracy. Like we was the biggest threat to democracy, and it wasn't.
And all they was doing was feeding kids.
That's why they
you know
was
what I
still-
mean? They had they guns.
Yeah.
Don't step on my porch.
Like leave
And
us
we
alone.
trying to feed these kids because they already had visual knowledge of y'all doing shit like dropping bombs on houses and waiting on neighborhoods, communities, and waiting for people to run out of their house to see what's going on, and y'all outside gunning them down.
Okay, so now back to Dahmer. How did you let this cracker do this? How did you let a cracker cruise you to the house?
Cause he was
On
fake
that
acting
section.
gay.
Yeah.
He was fake acting gay.
He was luring them to
So
there.
You see, he did all of them people like that, but you ain't see, he ain't had no whole bunch of black people that he was doing that shit to.
That's what I was saying. Like that shit.
Cause
ain't-
we
they
wasn't
like to
on that.
perpetuate
We
that
wasn't
shit.
on that.
Exactly.
We wasn't on
And
that.
if you was back then, you kept that shit in the closet because motherfuckers was not on that.
Listen,
Because nobody, you that's just wasn't
that was one of
information
those
that you
things
discussed.
that's just
Why
nothing
should you be
discuss.
discussing that?
The
Like
only
hoes
reason why
always
back
set
in
their
the
shit
day
on the
we
low.
would have known that somebody was gay, or we would have assumed that they was gay because they had feminine ways. They talked feminine. They did feminine shit. You know what I mean?
But they dressed like
But
who
they
was.
dressed like who they
Right.
were. But just because we assumed that, like, we didn't actually know, you know what I mean, who they were sleeping with or what they had going on.
'Cause it was
Because it
irrelevant.
wasn't nothing
But
that
they've made it
nobody
relevant.
cared about.
Right.
Nobody cared about that.
Like I don't understand why people care so much about it still. Like
It's not
why are
your
you even
business.
telling me this?
It's
The
not
fact
your
that you're
business.
volunteering information, I ain't trying
I-
to sleep with you. Why do I need to know who and what you sleep with, how you like it, and it's just way too much information.
Right.
then y'all
Information
wanna
that
use
was
it to
not
make
divulged
laws.
until after a certain time. You can even have access to this type of information or nothing like that.
No,
to a
Atlantic
certain
City Middle
time.
School. Pleasantville Middle got lesbian class.
What?
It's a course now.
Shut the front
At an
door.
elementary school?
You heard the fuck I just said.
What did you say?
At Pleasantville.
Pleasantville Middle School, Pleasantville, New Jersey. Got a class about that.
That they teach in lesbianism.
What is they teaching? How to lick carpet?
It's lesbian.
No, I'm saying like about the
It's
whole
lesbian,
LG.
like-
It's a whole LGBT.
Well, why do you have to be taught about how the fuck you is? I don't
know. I guess
understand.
about the rights. I don't know. Y'all fucking make me make shit up right now. But I do know that part. I do know that part though. That they
Well,
got
how do
a
you
part.
have a class?
How
Yes,
do
it
you
was in the
even
news
teach?
and everything.
Motherfuckers
How
don't
do
even
you even
understand
teach somebody
local
kid?
politics. But you got a class about.
Yeah.
They don't even know the history of their own fucking city. They're like, what? What do you mean there was a Black Wall Street here?
See, but in Jersey, yeah, they don't know.
They ain't
don't-
believe it. They had to go find the mass
No,
grave
they did.
in
So-
order to believe it.
So
That's
what
what
they
they
gonna
did to them. It's
so
a
what they gonna
project
take
called,
the book of the Bible that deals with Sodom and Gomorrah and then turn it into something where it's gonna be their own
What's the project
Bible,
name, Sean?
where they be talking about how they was having parties and they was
What's the
interacting.
project?
What project?
In Jersey,
Which ones?
in the city, that everybody live in.
Back Maryland?
No, that's
The
another
Village?
one with the village. That's what they did to them. They let all the white people buy all their houses. The people that did have black people that did have black houses, and put them in this project. So like
They
say
told
you-
them it was townhomes.
no.
They told them it was townhomes,
But
but
it's
they
like
was like
this, though, say like,
landfills.
and they
They look
keep
like
everybody
landfills.
stuck. Say you my mom. Say you like okay, or you pass away or want to leave. Now you can give it to me.
Yeah.
I can keep giving it, and everybody
can
just
pass
keep
it down.
stand in the project. You can't do that shit here. I don't know if you can.
No, you can't do
Why
it
would
anywhere
you wanna
because the
do that?
government is moving away from subsidized housing
Yeah, you
to
go to
rental
you
assistance.
switch it over.
That you can
to
keep
you
giving
in
it
there.
like in New York City. Like if I die and you live with me and you're on my lease, then
Yes.
you can take over my
You just
lease.
stay.
Because that's how bad it is to get housing in the
Yeah.
city.
Yeah.
And that's how bad it is it's that bad here
But it
right
keep
now.
But if it has a time limit,
It
but
keep
if
them
it has
all
a time
mentally
limit,
fucked up.
you run
They
into
don't
a
know nothing but
problem
the
with trying to
projects.
find housing because now you got only a certain amount of time. That's just like they do them on Section 8. They give them the Section 8 and they say, oh, you granted this, but you got
Right,
you
you
got
know why?
30 days or
But
60
you know why?
days to find an apartment. And these they running into 120 days, still ain't found an apartment and is at jeopardy of losing it.
But the reason why they have these time frames is because there's only limited funding, so there's only limited vouchers. They can't give out new vouchers until people lose their vouchers. So this is why they allow these landlords to make you lose your voucher because it's a whole waiting list of people who need vouchers. Because it's only a limited amount of money. So this is how we get Section 8 housing, and then we just be like, fuck everybody else who can't afford housing.
Right.
I got my housing.
Right.
Yeah, until the fuck they take your shit from you, and now you back with these people, and now you care. See, we gotta stop not caring because just because you good, you still gotta keep
you gotta
in mind
care about
everybody
the
else who
that
ain't,
right.
and you still gotta stand with
We
them.
don't live in that time where
But we
the
don't.
motherfuckers care about the next motherfucker.
Because they teach us not to in the movies, in the music,
But our
everything.
grandparents and all that shit.
That's how they
did.
program
They
it.
cared about
They cared
everything.
about
That's
each
why.
other.
That's why.
It
The,
was real
that's why the
fucking
kids was
community.
taken care of.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got these little young bitches out here, kid to run out in the street. That ain't my kid. Like,
Yeah,
girl,
that
you a
shit-
mother.
That shit
If,
grinds
even
my
if you're
gears.
not a mother, you a woman. A kid run out in the middle of the street and you not gonna
Yes.
stop him because it ain't yours.
Yes, thank
That
you.
don't make
Yes.
sense.
Yes.
Yes. But now you see why we fucked up.
That's like
No, all
feeding
the
somebody
way.
that you gonna feed your kids.
All
That
the
ain't
way.
my kid, so I ain't feeding
Ain't
that kid. Like,
ain't that how you tear a community up? You get women that have this thinking and they have kids. So what the fuck is they teaching their kids?
how to be selfish and inconsiderate and disrespectful.
But yo, you see so much crazy. As being a bushead, yo, man, listen. I wanted to go back to my kid represent me. Like if we had, yo, get your head knocked off. Oh, you went to school with your face ashy. They gonna kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Man, these motherfuckers, man, yo.
That's
These
why these
bro,
kids is
yo,
growing
matter
up
of
with
fact, I was on the bus
complexes and stuff.
the other week, last week, and I'm hearing the kids talk. You know, this little girl was like, yeah, my grandma had to move in, so you know now I sleep on the floor. Fuck is you talking about?
Ma'am.
Now I want to get on the vibe.
Yeah.
What is you talking about? Why you can't share the bed with grandma?
Right.
Why you gotta be on the floor?
Grandma's
Y'all
still
gotta
freaking. Grandma like 35.
Dude, but if you smell this child, the house, because you know the house smell come with them.
Oh God, I hate
And it's 1,000 cats, so I know y'all got all them cats because the house infested. Because I already know, and I'm looking. I already know. Dog.
They got us fucked up. Yo, they got us so
Why would they
fucked
even
up.
think that it would be okay for us to be living in conditions
This
like
baby
this? and
probably
y'all
like in
collecting
third
money?
grade, too.
Because those
Y'all
people
collecting
were born.
the
those
city is
conditions.
collecting money
And
for
anybody
things
that get
like
on the
this,
bus,
though,
yeah.
to prevent
Anybody
things
that get
like
on,
these.
but everybody who get on them buses get a check. Everybody who get on them buses already get a check. Everybody in them seats is a check.
Yeah, and they take their kids' check if they need it to help pay rent.
Yes.
They
The
needed
kids
to
is
help
taking
pay
care of
rent
them.
to
Yes.
take care of them.
Yep,
They
yep,
living off their kids.
Yep. That's exactly.
I mean, but that's what happens when you live in extreme poverty.
Right.
That's why poverty is such an effective tool, but we got to learn to utilize it to galvanize us to a point where we get educated, we get involved. We just stop. We need to run.
Stop the
We need to stop
selfishness.
just voting, and we need to run. We need to get. We need. And you can't change a system you don't understand. Like how you
right.
gonna win a game? You don't know the players.
You don't
don't
know
know the
You don't know
rules.
rules, right?
You don't know nothing, and we don't want to know nothing.
And you don't know the application of the rules neither, because ultimately, at the end of the day, just because there's a rule book, don't mean the rules apply to you.
Right.
Exactly.
You know, everybody always say this chess not checkers, but even the first person,
They still be playing chess.
even the first person that takes the turn still got one
They
more
play
move
Connect
than
Four.
you.
You feel me? Fuck are you talking
Yo.
about?
But see, that's why it's so important that we have these conversations so people can know. Like, how can you question some shit you don't know? How can you think about some shit that you just don't know? And they make sure we don't know. This is why they make sure we can't talk.
I don't have it. So I'm like, I can't get in. Me and the man downstairs get into it. He like, I'll call up there, you won't get in. Man, fuck you. I'm going in on the money. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Yo, why y'all go up there? They were like, oh yeah, you can't do the headband because somebody stuffed the whole headband one time. So what the nigga put it on his head and went back into the population? How he get it? How he get it? If the bitch stuffed the headband, how the fuck he get it? He wore a headband? He was gay? He's a transgender? How did he get back into population?
Right.
Like, make that shit make sense, yo. Y'all just fucking with me and my mom all the time. She a Latin queen because she got on a fucking yellow and black outfit with a crown. She ain't even thinking. We weren't even thinking like that, though.
They done made,
Swear to God, we weren't even thinking like that.
into a gang member.
On my mama.
They
On
done
your
made-
mama.
They done made
Yes.
mommy into a gang
Yes, that
member.
shit pissed me
Listen,
off,
they
yo.
told me I had a ponytail in my hair one time. I had pins in my ponytail. I had to take my ponytail out. They wanted me to take my ponytail out just to go into jail. I said, tell bruh I love him. I ain't going. I'm going to sit in the car because I'm not taking my hair down. Like, what the fuck is you talking about?
Then
Take
they-
your hair down.
Then they say,
I never went back after that. I said, I don't like the way they make you feel. They make you feel so uncomfortable, like you're the fucking criminal.
yeah.
Like,
But look,
these people that's behind bars are not criminals. They still people. You just criminalize them.
but y'all be criminals too. Fuck is you talking about?
They are the
Yeah.
biggest criminal, crook, killer, murderers,
Because if
liar,
anybody ever
thief,
watched that episode,
thieves.
I can't even think of it, but the boy was it.
That'd be mad.
He was a
because
CEO.
They on here
I don't
stealing
know, fuck.
people's
He was a
names
CEO.
and
And
okay.
he got connected with somebody in there, and they said bring some shit in, phones, all that shit, all that. Yes, they crooked too.
Yeah,
Oh, you
Yeah,
gotta
that's
do
how
that.
they
you have
get
all
them
these
in
phones.
there.
Yeah.
Like Love After Lockup, that nigga was fucking the CEO in there. Listen, at Elmira Correctional Facility, when you walk up the stairs, right, there's two men naked, right?
Castle
And,
Grace.
and the last time I just went made me just stand there, like, what the fuck?
A statue?
Man, they butt ass naked. One standing up with a leaf over his shit, and the other one sitting there with his shit just and it say men reformatory. So y'all was fucking them to get on
Yes.
What?
to make them out. Dog, I went in there asking all kind of questions. This motherfucker's about to put me out. Bitch, what? Yeah, that shit don't make sense. So what y'all was fucking them? The men that was coming in here thinking they were, y'all was fucking them to demasculate them?
Yes.
I don't know. It's like, that's what it,
That's what they used to
if
do to
I'm putting
the
it together, right?
slaves.
That's what they used to do to
Butt
the slave,
breaking.
butt breaking.
Huh?
That's why
No,
they
dog.
emasculate you
Ooh,
because
I'm
that's the
taking-
way
I'm
that they get to the black family. If they emasculate our men, They can feel like they can overtake the women. This is why they don't understand why women have masculine personalities. Because we've had to be forced to take on the load of these emasculated men. We gotta protect our kids. Because if we don't protect our kids, who gonna protect them?
Right.
They emasculated all the men.
Right.
They've emasculated all the men. Like, I don't care what you do behind bars. Everybody got a closet.
I thought I had a picture of that shit.
You do what you do. But you still supposed to take the garbage out. You still supposed to protect the household. You the one supposed to go and answer the door when the doorbell rings.
Period. I don't care whether
that's
you
what
got
another
dress
thing
on
he
or
said.
not.
He said this is another thing they do. Talking about, oh, you motherfuckers on our tax money. Like he said, motherfucker, no, I'm on my family tax money. My family old business. My family paying taxes. Stop fucking playing like you the motherfucker paying for the taxes.
Who?
Motherfucker.
The officers?
Yes, that's what they be saying to him.
They don't even.
He guns they ass every time. He guns they ass
They
every
fall,
time. My
they
family
all fall
pay
under
taxes.
government guidelines.
We own
so
houses,
they
we
get
own
tax
businesses,
breaks
we own
too.
everything. So he living off our shit in that motherfucker. Fuck is you talking about?
Right.
faggot
But see,
motherfucker.
that's how people so stupid. They don't understand that government. Anything that the government is spending is our tax dollars. And
Yeah, because they not spending their reserves.
no, they spending.
They
their
hacking
money.
your account.
Hello.
They hacking your
Yo,
bank
say
account.
that, Joe.
They hacking your bank account. They taking that little 25,000 that you had in there. They saying
I
it's
said,
a
I'm about to
hacker,
fucking,
and then they gonna tell you over 6 months we'll give it back to you.
Mm-hmm.
You just took 25 motherfucking thousand out of my account.
I said, you got a motherfucker take it back to our grandmother and
get it
hide
back.
it in the house.
Cause you hacked my
motherfucker-
shit.
But
what
that's
they
why
say,
our
that's-
grandparents used to put money in their mattresses.
why they
But
didn't
they
never
always
save
said
it
it was
in
a
banks.
it was gonna be a shutdown of everything.
Yeah.
But they knew it was a scam. They knew it was a scam. Anytime you can go to a bank, you can put your life savings in a bank for them to hold it. It's gonna only accrue 0.001% over time, and then they can get 10% off of lending it out and 60% off of insurance on your money.
Yeah, and then they get money because you
You gonna make $1,000 on 10,000. You gonna make $100 on 10,000 in 10 years.
30 years.
10 years,
Right,
you
and they gonna
make-
charge you money to maintain that shit.
And our grandparents said they didn't want nobody controlling their shit. Controlling
right.
their money.
Because
Anything
that's
what
the
they do
banking.
now.
That's what they do. If
Because
they
guess
hit
what?
that
Before
button
the
and it
ATM
frees your account, you got 25,000 in your account. You know it's your money. You know you put it in there. You can
can't
use
go
it at
get
any
it.
time. You can't go get it.
There's a limit on how much you can take out per day.
Yeah.
Even if you want to go to the bank, you gotta make an appointment so you can get the money because they don't keep that
No,
much
let me
money
tell
in the
you.
And
bank.
they can
We was
fine
in
you
New
for
York.
taking the money out of the bank and not having a certain amount in your
Wait
account.
though, we was in New York and they locked my shit. Talking about we want to know where you at and all this shit. Then they unlocked it.
Yeah.
Swear to
Yeah,
God.
that's how they
It's
do
for
it.
your
some-
security.
That's I don't give a fuck.
Fraudulent.
That's
It's like
for
Don't be doing
security.
that shit. What look like your shit
That's
declined?
tracking.
We
No,
was at
that's
FCK.
tracking because they want you to contact them and let them know where you going before you get there.
Right?
I don't give
So
a
you
fuck 'cause
can
I
use
still
your
can
stuff.
scam you. You dumb motherfucker. If I
Well,
want to.
that's how
So you
they.
can track me, but I still can do what the fuck I can do.
But it's not about
Don't
that.
make
It's
sense.
just
It ain't about that.
embarrassing,
It's,
though.
it's
It's
about
about
the
knowing
control.
where you go. It's
Right.
about the information.
And having an imprint. They want to have a digital
I like
imprint.
what you do and what you like
Information
to buy
is
and
more-
shit like that.
More valuable than money.
Right.
I was embarrassed though.
So
That shit
to
said
know where you
decline. I said,
go-
hold the fuck up.
When you go places, where do you go? When you go there, what do you spend money on? When you at home, what do you spend money on a
Yeah,
daily
like,
basis?
yeah.
People can tell.
What you watching?
People can tell what you care about, what your priorities
Mhm.
are,
That's how they-
based
that's how
upon
they learning you.
how you spend your money, where you spend your money. This is how when the shit happens and people go on the run, this is how the government triangulate where you are most likely to be. If you run, where they gonna go? Well, we know that she take trips here, so they gonna go to those places. It's all about
Oh, like
information.
Yes. When you on
they
the
learn
run.
you because
Yeah.
before.
Well, she got family like they did with bruh. We got family in Florida. That's what they was.
Yeah, before it was
You know what I mean?
digital.
I feel
It
you.
was before analog. They had to contact these people, and these people had to go in their files, and then they wanted more information. They had to contact somebody else. That's why they digitized everything, because now everything is a
button.
bing. Oh, okay. Well, we're in Google. It'd be like, where is so and so? Well, 95%. She has a 95% likelihood to be at work. She has and that's how they control the information that they put on your cell phone.
That's a fact.
To you, like everything is based off all the information that they gather. That's why you keep having all of these hacks. That shit ain't hacks. They just selling our information over and over and over again.
M&T just had one. That's what Bank of America did too.
Why they not getting fined? Why they not getting shut
Oh, and
down?
T-Mobile hit our phone.
That's what I'm telling you. Motherfucker just took 25,000 out of the account in the negative, nigga, and freaking you get an alert on your phone and you like, what? This shit in the negative. Like you went and withdrew 25,000 in one shot.
How?
This what the fuck
How?
I'm trying to say. Then you call and you like, yo, like what's up? Like they like, oh yeah, we see it. Oh, we're gonna have to investigate. Like what? How you gotta even investigate some shit?
And you know where it went because y'all transferred.
Oh,
that
it
shit.
looks like it went to this. Yeah, I know where it went, but how did you let it go there without so we're in the negative? Like, come on. Oh, yeah, we see it. We're going to have to investigate. But in the meantime, we'll just double it back. But it's going to take us 6 months to get it back. So you mean to tell me
It took 2
it
seconds.
took you 2 seconds to get the money
Boom,
taken?
money
Now
gone.
it's going to take me 6. So you going to piece me? So you going to give me a monthly stipend of $4,000?
I know my phone bones gonna be there this month. Like you on welfare or some shit.
No, cause now at that point, if you ain't got if you don't got no regular income, your money just fucked. Cause now you gonna take that little 4,000 that's gonna go in your account and you gonna pay your bills.
Now you back at square one.
Now you back at square one.
But see, this is what it's all about.
You
That's why we
bust
got Shop Talk, cause y'all not ready.
Y'all never ready. Y'all never
Join
ready.
us on Mondays. Patrick Icon, Facebook.
Y'all not ready 100, Instagram and YouTube.
Queen Ray, Frankie on Instagram and Facebook.
Speak Girl the Truth, Facebook.
I don't do the social.
So like, comment,
I am the media.
share. We're going to bring a phone. Hit us up with some comments, topics. If you want to come on and come join us.
I had a phone.
Let's go. Let's do this.
We had a number on Monday for y'all. A phone, so
We have on Monday. We're gonna get us
Because we always
don't be on no faggoty shit, yo. Like for real, yo.
We gotta
cause you will get roasted and beat the fuck up.
like
I just wanna let you know. We ladies.
we not beating nobody up. This is not that
chilling.
type of party.
Don't call that
We not
motherfucker saying no
doing that.
disrespectful shit.
We not doing that.
It's gonna be a tracker on the phone.
We not trying to be like
Be
that.
nice. Call in to be cordial. Be nice. Okay?
We just rather just.
So join us. Very important stuff. Yo, you want to tune in. We love y'all. This the tea, the coffee, the wine, the water. This is
mimosa.
everything. The mimosa. This
The gin and
everything you
tonic.
need to know.
Cannabis.
Oh yeah, listen, and we working with businesses. We gonna be on location, different sites. So you gotta tap in.
Holler at us. If you want to see us, holler at us. We slide.
Sliding. We out. We love y'all. Tune in next week.
Y'all not ready.
Faking you, faking you, faking you, fake. In my
Yeah.
face, you disgrace. I know it. My enemies pretend to be friends to me. That's a penalty. Loyal or rose, just remember that I kept it G. Okay, now let me be. Yeah. My enemies pretend to be friends to me. That's a penalty. Loyal or rose, just remember that I kept it G. Okay, now let me be. Yeah.